Midheaven is just none other than what is different than the rising sign in astrology. But what the midheaven and the ascendant have in common is that they're both angles. The ascendant is known as ASC. Midheaven is shortened MC, which means in the middle of the sky. And the midheaven can indicate the career sector, career life status, reputation. It's your highest calling in the world. I'm Everett Curdy, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what the midheaven in your birth chart means because every single person has a midheaven placement that is specific to them, which can indicate the potential career opportunities and potentials that they have to move into. And so we're going to talk about what this means. I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, I do videos every other day to every 2 to 3 days on astrology. I do weekly astrology videos and general videos like this one. I also am going to later on, many months and days from now, produce some content about spirituality. So if you're interested, then subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay tuned. So let's talk about this midheaven and what it is all about. So it is known as the medium coeli, or if I'm mispronouncing that, then I'm sorry. It's known as the MC. That's its abbreviation. So the midheaven is at the very, very top of your chart, and the IC, which is known as your the IC point, is considered the bottom part of your chart. So in order to calculate your midheaven sign, you need to know your time of birth because the midheaven changes very often, and you need an exact birth time to determine what your midheaven is. For example, my midheaven is in Libra. So that would mean that I would there would be potential, and I would know that had I not known my time of birth. So the midheaven, in terms of what it means, it is an indicator of what your strengths are, what you're good at, what your strong points, what your superpowers are in your life based on what sign it is in and how you can use those strengths and put them out into the world. The midheaven also represents your talents. So the things that you're very, very good at, the things that you're talented at, the things that you're acclaimed and masterful at, the things that everybody prides you on and probes you on, saying, "Oh, you're so good at that." It can indicate your gifts and your quirks that you came in with that can really, really be used to the best advantage. The midheaven is really like modeling clay. It is the sheet of music, and it determines upon how you play that music, that you are the creator of your life. You are the co-creator of your life. So how you put yourself out into the world depends a lot upon your midheaven sign. So the midheaven also is the career sector. It represents your career goals, the jobs that you can get into, the careers that you can apply for based on what that sign is in. So if it's Libra, it would be legal matters or art or music or fashion, which is my midheaven, which is in Libra. So, you want to look to, your career goals, especially if those career goals are long-term goals, goals that are out for the long term, that are, you can make the goal, and it's a long-term goal for the very, very long strata of time for it to be in. So, the midheaven is really the highest you can achieve in the world, depending upon what sign it is in. It is also your sense of authority, how you see authority, how you view authority, how you are your own authority in your life, and how you are an authority to others in your life. It is the legacy and the mark that you want to leave behind. That's what the midheaven can indicate. When you pass away, when you become older, What is the impact that you want to make on the world? What works or what actions or what deeds do you want to leave behind for you to leave your legacy on the world? That's a very midheaven sort of question. So, the midheaven really is your ambitions and how the world views you. Let's talk about that. So, what you're good at, what you strive to be, what you have the potential to be, what you strive for in your life is determined by the ambitions representative of your midheaven placement. The midheaven is how the world views you from the outside in terms of your public reputation, in terms of what you put out in the world. Now, the ascendant is very similar to this. I have a whole nother video on the ascendant where I talk about the mask that you wear, how you present yourself into the world. And I just completed a whole series of the ascendant through all 12 signs. So you can go check out those videos on my channel. But that's what the midheaven represents, how the world sees you. Now, the midheaven has a house placement. So the ascendant is the first house, the descendant is the seventh house, the IC is the fourth house. That means directly opposite. That would be the 10th house, corresponding to the zodiac sign of Capricorn, corresponding to career. So it represents the 10th house cusp in your birth chart. So that is really what it is all about. The ascendant is one of the angles in the natal chart. It's one of the four angles. So whenever an astrologer says, like, if you have planets, points, or angles in any of these signs, they know what they're talking about. They're talking about those four: ascendant, descendant, midheaven. I see those kind of angles. So, as I said before, the midheaven is at the very, very top of the chart. The mother was giving birth in the center, and directly above that would be the midheaven. So, the midheaven is really the most outward point of the chart. It represents the south part of the natal chart, which can indicate being exposed to the world, being out there. You have to remember that the chart has hemispheres and they're flipped around. So whereas a map where um, this side would be west and this side would be east, it's flipped around. This is east and this is west. This is south and that is north. So it's directly opposite. So it indicates sort of the southern hemisphere of your natal chart. Um, so it represents your career and your life path. That's also what it represents. It can also indicate the best careers that are meant for you, careers that you can excel at, careers that are favorable for you, good career recommendations based off of whatever sign it's in. How you appear to the public is representative of your midheaven. The midheaven means the middle of the sky. The midheaven is also the image that we choose to put on society, put into society, project onto society. So that midheaven, really is just how we project ourselves onto society. Our social standing is representative of midheaven. The midheaven is also how co-workers and outsiders view us from that perspective. So how your co-workers see you, how outsiders view you. Um, so it can represent how people are like on the outside of your life versus what they're like on the inside. The midheaven can indicate the best way to approach success. It can represent social standing and reputation. It is also opposite the immune coeli, or the IC. So it can represent achievement in society, what we're destined to achieve in society, our public face, our public side, our material accomplishments can also be representative of the midheaven. Our position in the world or society. That's what the midheaven really is about. our sense of responsibility out in the world, what we're responsible for, whom we're responsible for, our responsibilities, our obligations, our duties out in the world. The 10th house, Capricorn. So our highest aspirations are also representative of the midheaven. So that is what it's really about. And it can represent the parent who gave us our standing, our social status in the world. It can indicate those who guided us and disciplined us in our life, put us into shape, molded us to be the person that we were destined to be to achieve what we want in society. The authority figures in our lives and how we, and how we view authority figures. It can describe and define our potential profession and career. Um, it looks at our attitude towards our relationship towards our achievements. It's really the awareness of what others expect from us. And it's the ease or challenge where we might pursue and achieve our potential. So that is what the midheaven is. I hope this video gave you a good, thorough, constructive understanding of what the midheaven is. The videos following this will be the midheaven in all 12 signs of the zodiac. So from Aries to Pisces, I'm going to be doing a whole new series. This is the introduction to that series. So if you're interested to keep on looking through that series, then get subscribed to my channel, do all those things, so that you can know when these videos on the midheaven through the signs will come out very gradually over the course of 2 to 3 days, with the exception of the weekly astrology videos coming out. But the rest of the videos from here on out until I get through the end of the series will be the midheaven videos. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.